Quick mic check. Quick mic check. All right, AI government contractors. Welcome, welcome. This is another Thursday live stream. Well, I've seen a couple of people coming in and out, but I want to know who is here. I see Jason. Jason, welcome to the stream, my guy. Lakeisha, hello, welcome. Okay, I'm seeing some of those familiar names, but then is there anyone who is new to the group? Who this is your first live? Let me know, is this your first ever live? And while I wait for some of the people in the chat, I think it's really important that we stress the impact of time management when it comes to government contracting. All the time that you waste thinking about the things that are not going to move the needle in the winning of the contract is just not the best way to go. And bringing AI into the conversation is about saving time, being more efficient, and actually running this like a business, not a hobby, running it like a business. And in business, there has to be a lot of activity. I'll tell you this. I used to run a recruiting agency, and one of the ways I got my clients was using cold emails, organic cold emails. And initially, when I was a beginner in the game, I thought, if I send out 100 emails per day, that's excellent volume. Like, man, 100 emails per day, something has to land. until I came to the stark reality that it doesn't work that way. There needs to be a lot of activity in the market. I paid for a mastermind, and during the mastermind, they said that the industry standard figures are 1,000 emails to one positive response. I had to send 1,000 emails every day. That was industry standard. I thought it had to be 100 a day, but the industry standard was 1,000 a day. Why am I talking about this? Well, it's for you to understand that, yeah, there are people who submitted one contract or one proposal and they won. Granted, that does happen, but don't go into the game expecting that to be your reality. It may happen to you. As far as you go into a good industry, you submit the right documents, you build rapport with the contracting officer, you have a chance. But don't go in thinking that on your first swing, you're going to hit a home run. Okay, I have something for you today in the form of a presentation because I just wanted to talk. I wanted to come on live today, chat with the people in who chats with the people available, and also go through some sort of mindset shift before we even go into breaking down the solicitations because all these things are connected in some way. But let's have that Thursday live talk. Let's have that Thursday live talk. Okay. So first of all, the school community has hit 1,000 members and we are growing. We are growing. Uh, One thing that you must understand about our school community is that it's full of professionals, beginners, experts. The school community is thriving. There's going to be a link in the description. Go join the school community. I'm not really going to be pushing for it anymore. You know, when you go in there, you're going to understand why people are raving about the school community. And if you're in the school community and you're currently in the chat, you can let some of the people know that it's really an active community of people. And I am even looking to create an inner circle of people who are actively submitting bids as well as a course. But those announcements are going to come in pretty soon. Okay. And oh yeah, Jason. Jason just mentioned it. We are going to have a seminar on the 23rd and the 24th. Uh, Guys, it's going to be intensive. It's going to be actionable. It's not just going to be a waste of time. Jason is taking both days off. So, Jason, I can't wait to have you there, man. It's going to be worth the day off. Now, oh, yes, Constant Watson in the building. What's up, bro? Okay, guys, the school community, join the school community. There's a link in the description. Uh, let's let's have a party in there on the 23rd and 24th of this month. Then the ebook can also be purchased in the school community as well. The ebook is Government Contracting Without Tears. I'm seeing a lot of people still asking about it. Guys, there's going to be a Government Contracting Without Tears series from project management to writing the proposals and a visual representation of how to put these things together. You're going to hear more about some of this on the 23rd and 24th. So you don't want to miss seminar, and I'm still deciding if I'm going to put it on YouTube or if I'm going to leave it available. It's still kind of dicey, but we'll see. Now, how does AI or how AI will help small businesses in government contracting to optimize the procurement process? Look, I am not, and I don't think I've ever said this that, oh man, if you use AI, it's a guaranteed win. But I'm reaching out to a different audience, and I really hope that you understand the audience I'm reaching out to. I'm reaching out to the people who may be new to government contracting or the people who are already seasoned vets. However, they notice that the time it takes to put these documents together may not be sustainable long term. These are the people I'm reaching out to. And I also want to be clear, I'm reaching out to small business owners. Small business owners. So, how is AI going to help small business owners to optimize the process? without spending, let's say, $20,000 on proposal writing services. So I'm going to be talking about how small business owners can use AI to optimize their procurement process. Guys, you're going to hear me say this a lot in many, many live streams. And if you believe in it, I just want you to throw it in the chat because I know I believe in it. Context, clarity, and specificity. Amongst all the skills that you're going to want to learn, prompting, not just ChatGPT, Claude AI is another option, but being able to prompt these LLMs to give you the results that you want, is going to be your most optimal skill. Okay, so you're asking what's going on the 23rd and the 24th. We're going to have a seminar. On the first day, it's going to be about breaking down solicitations with AI tools. And not just breaking down, I've been breaking them down on my channel, but this time I'm going to show you how to create an SOL toolkit. And the SOL toolkit is what you're going to use to inform yourself on the solicitation that you're constantly pursuing. That's day one. That requires a whole day, or well, a whole hour for me to show you how to use those systems. Then day two, we're going into proposal writing. We're going to use the SOL toolkit to write out the proposal for a particular contract. So that's what I'm going to be showing on the 23rd and the 24th of this month. You just need to join the school community. I will be the one to send you an email the day before. All you need to do is join the school community. Okay, I said I'm going to be talking about this a lot. And let me get back to the main focus, which is the screen. It's context, clarity, and specificity. If you want to effectively use ChatGPT, because I've spoken to a lot of skeptics who say, what you're showing us is not real, it's not good, because this is not acceptable, this is not the standard. Well, let me burst your bubble. ChatGPT has the ability to write code. Do you think that putting together a proposal is going to be a problem for such a tool? Okay, that aside, clarity, context, and specificity would be the tools or the framework that you want to have at the back of your mind anytime you are prompting ChatGPT, whether it's for government contracting or other administrative tasks. Okay, now, AI will help small businesses identify lucrative opportunities by providing guidance on how to use platforms like Sam.Gov to discover and evaluate government contracts, aligning opportunities with their capabilities to increase the chances of winning profitable contracts. I've spoken to two types of people. I've had a couple of people tell me, hey, look, Godwin, we can create an AI that would go through the internet and find the contracts that align with your company. Or we can use an AI tool to currently see the newest contracts that are being put out on Sam.Gov. AI is going to help you to align some of your company's strengths with the contract needs. Guys, in Government Contracting Without Tears, the ebook, you can actually learn how to select your industry, select the right industry that aligns with what you're currently pursuing. And you want to have a plan where AI comes in to help you think faster and more efficiently. Okay, AI will also help small businesses potentially save anywhere from several hours to a few days on each proposal, depending on the complexity and scope of the government contract they're pursuing. Guys, I've talked to people who spent 4 or 5 hours to write the beginning of their proposal. This almost sounds like sending a letter to a person or a friend using a pigeon. In today's world, with the technology that we have available, whether it's Gemini, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's Cloud AI, you can create these documents pretty quickly. The only problem is that you are unaware of how to do it. That's the problem. It's not that it's really challenging. The problem is that you don't have the skill. So as opposed to spending 5 hours to a week to put together a proposal, why don't you dedicate 2 hours in the day and you can actually write out the entire proposal? AI will also help small businesses to overcome the overwhelm of complex solicitations by breaking down these documents into manageable parts and explaining how to understand and respond to them. It is no mystery to anybody who has been in the game that these government solicitations are full of compliance language that are very difficult to understand on a face level. But ChatGPT has the ability to break it down to a level that you can understand. And Jason, to your question, yes, I do use Perplexity AI. And I'll tell you this, guys. I know that on this channel, I spend more time with ChatGPT, but it doesn't mean that you can't use Perplexity AI to write out your proposal. You can. The reason I spend a lot of time with ChatGPT is because I wanted to make sure to have one tool and a system behind that tool that is repeatable and I can develop trust with. The issue with going from one platform to the other is that you don't build that same level of intuition. Some people see the way I prompt ChatGPT and they think I'm some kind of engineer, but it's the intuition from the skill, from the system that I have trusted. And it's the same system that I am showing you, the system of breaking down the solicitations, the systems of writing the proposals. Now, I'm currently testing out Claude AI. And when I have created a system, I will show it to you. I don't want to just come in here and say, hey guys, I'm going to just throw in some prompts into Claude AI. Anybody can just write some prompts. The truth is that anyone can write a few prompts and press enter, and the LLM is going to give you a result. But if you have a system that you can use, that you can trust to give you a result, you're in a better position. You're in a better position. The issue is not that government contracting is just so hard, is that there are so many moving parts that people get confused. Anyway, I'm rambling right now, but let's keep on going with this. Now, AI will also help businesses reduce outsourcing costs by increasing proficiency in using AI tools for proposal writing, potentially reducing or eliminating the need to outsource their tasks and resulting in substantial savings on consulting. Okay, guys, over the past few months, I've spoken to people who are paying $250 a week, $5,000 a month, $20,000 one-time fees to these experts that are apparently going to write you proposals that guarantee a win. Well, the first thing is that with government contracting, it's a bidding process. You can have the most amazing proposal in the world. I was talking to somebody who just missed out on a contract because of $200. Okay, so before you spend $20,000, realize that you can lose the contract because of $200 down to a pricing problem. These wins are selected by certain criteria that fancy grammar might not have the ability to transcend the criteria that is going to be used to evaluate the company. So I just want to let you know that it's better to know how to write the proposal from scratch than for you to start paying very high fees. If you ask me to write a proposal for you, I will do it for you. And I'm going to charge you a very high fee, an extremely high fee. But let me get my face closer. But I'm going to let you know that writing this proposal for you does not mean that you're going to win this contract. And it's also possible that you win this contract. But I can't guarantee anybody a government contract. That's why I show you the skills and the systems so you can continue to submit until you can back that win for yourself. I don't want to be the hero in your story. You need to be the hero in your story. Okay, let's move on. AI will help small businesses to cut down on time consuming data entry by automating much of the work involved in proposal writing, significantly reducing the manual effort required. Right? There's a lot of just manual work that's required for you to put these documents together. Remember that a lot of what we're doing is paper pushing. I know it's government and some people want to have this whole halo around the process, but the truth is that we're pushing paper, and the best paper with the requirements that they're looking for is the paper that wins the contest. So you also want to have the ability to efficiently create the paperwork that is going to get you noticed, that is not going to waste your time and yield you no return in the end. Okay, so guys, let's get into it. Let's go into Sam.gov. Today, we're looking at security cameras. We're looking at security cameras. And this is going to be interesting. Typically, what I like to do here is I like to type in my industry keyword, security cameras, camera installation and licensing for Alaska VA healthcare system. Camera installation and licensing for Alaska VA healthcare system. Okay, let's get down to it. What I see here is that this is a solicitation. It's an original solicitation, meaning that the government agency is now accepting proposals from vendors. Fantastic. So it's within our range. Okay. So when is it due? This is actually due on the 30th of August. Today is the 15th of August. So 15 days from today, this is due. So you want to really move fast on this if you're going to be going into this. And this is actually a service disabled veteran owned business set aside. Okay, fantastic. And it's also in the security systems services, except locksmiths. Okay, right now what I'm doing is I'm really just going through the contract, getting an understanding of what I'm seeing. Let's see the description. Wow, the description is really short. It says that the solicitation is set aside for service disabled veterans, veteran owned businesses. NAICS code 561621. Security system services except locksmith. Okay, so the size standard here is 25 million. By the way, this thing with size standard, what you're going to find is that with size standards, there's either on one case, they're going to give you the company headcount, and the company headcount could be, say, 700 employees. Or sometimes the size standard could be annual revenues. And what we see here is that the size standard is annual revenue, $25 million. Okay, what I'm doing right now is just getting an idea of what is in front of me. So the description of service, Avigilon cameras, I believe that may be a brand, licenses and installation for security systems for Alaska VA healthcare system. And the third is period of performance 60 days after receipt of order. Anticipated start date 9/10/24. So that's September 10th, 2024. Okay. And we have three attachments here. So I'm going to download two of the attachments because I don't need to download the wage determination. The wage determination is typically the minimum amount that a person who is working on this government facility should be getting paid. So it's usually the same across the board. Brand name justification, redacted. Okay, so we're going to need to find out what that's about. Now, I have these two documents downloaded. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to change the sharing of my screen to share the window instead, so you can get. Okay, so let's do this. I'm opening up ChatGPT here, and we have Sam.gov. Okay, I've downloaded both of the attachments. ChatGPT is here. Now I want to find out what this brand name redacted document is all about because, and I haven't opened it yet, but I want to ask ChatGPT to explain the document attached in simple language. Let me know what the purpose of this document is. Or rather, instead of let me know, I'm just going to say, what's the purpose of the document? Let's see what we have here. So the document you provided is a justification for a single source procurement by the Department of Veteran Affairs under specific federal acquisition regulations. Here's a simple breakdown of its purpose and content. So, the purpose: the document serves as an official justification of awarding a contract directly to a single supplier without a competitive bidding process. Okay. The document serves as an official justification for awarding a contract directly to a single supplier without a competitive bidding process. It is used to explain why this approach is necessary and to ensure compliance with procurement regulations. I've never seen this before, so this is interesting. If there's one in the chat who has seen something like this before, tell me if you've gotten this information before. This is a document that is essentially justifying why this award is going to be to a single supplier without a competitive bidding process. I think I already have an idea. Okay, so the document details a purchase of Avig- Avigilon cameras, Avigilon, and installation services for certain areas within Alaska VA healthcare system. It explains that these cameras are needed to maintain security and safety standards at the facility. Okay, so what's the reason for single source? Okay, this is what I was looking for. The justification centers on the need for consistency within the existing closed circuit television system. Okay, they need consistency. So, which already uses Avgilon equipment, adding the same brand minimizes system downtime and maintenance issues, which is crucial for the facility operations. That's wonderful. So that's what this document is really all about. It's justifying why they need to get one particular brand, and the reason is because they want to minimize downtime, they don't want maintenance issues, and they want to continue a smooth running of the facility. So that's wonderful. So compliance with laws. And guys, this is how you learn, right? You didn't need to buy a book, you didn't need to go to some kind of school. You just needed to prompt ChatGPT to find out what the information is, and ChatGPT will break it down for you. I think this is spectacular. And if you think so too, just throw a one in the chat so that I know that I'm actually communicating with some people here. If you think that this breakdown has been enlightening so far, let me know in the chat by just throwing a one in the chat. But I'm going to continue the breakdown here. Compliance with laws. So it mentions that the chosen cameras comply with the National Defense Authorization Act of 2019, which restricts federal agencies from using telecommunication and surveillance equipment from certain prohibited manufacturers. There's also a security aspect to this, a compliance with the law aspect. So really, I'm understanding what this document is about. Market research. So the document notes that market research was performed, indicating that there are qualified service disabled veteran owned small businesses capable of fulfilling the requirements while also complying with veteran affairs regulations that favor awarding contracts to veteran owned businesses. Okay, so this is wonderful, guys. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in as well. Give me a moment. Yeah, I see a few ones in the chat. I see a few ones in the chat. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw in the solicitation document. And with the solicitation document, I'm going to start the breaking down process. And if you remember from the last live stream, I said if you break down 3 solicitations a day with these systems that I'm showing you, you're going to have a wealth of knowledge around the types of contracts that are on Sam.Gov. You're going to have a system at the back of your mind that you can consistently use to get information on the government contract that you're currently looking at. The idea of being stuck. Listen, if you watch this channel and you're still stuck, you need to unsubscribe, because everything I show you here doesn't keep you in this mode of procrastination. It gives you the ability to take action on what it is you said that you want. You said you want to win government contracts. Okay, How do you win a government contract? Well, you need to submit a proposal, you need to bid. And if you don't know how to put together a bid package, the dream of winning a government contract becomes even more elusive. So, what I'm trying to do here is show you what to do to take some action because there's no one way to go about it. Okay, done with the rambling. Let's move on to adding the solicitation to the chat. And I'm going to look for the beginner friendly solicitation breakdown guide. Yellow is for prompt, orange is for purpose. So we want to grab solicitation details with this prompt for this purpose. Provide the title, agency, and summary of the solicitation, and to capture the basic details and overarching goals of the solicitation. Okay, so what you want to do is if you want to have a copy of the beginner friendly 5 step solicitation breakdown guide, what you need to do is go into the school community. There's a link in the description. Go into the school community, you will be able to have this guide. And all you have to do is copy and paste, and you'll be able to get similar results to what I'm getting right now. Okay, so this is the acquisition of a vigilator cameras, licenses, and installation services. The Department of Veteran Affairs, Veteran Health Administration, Network Contracting Office 20. Okay, cool. The solicitation is for the purchase and installation of a Vigilon security cameras and associated licenses for 2 locations within the Alaska VA healthcare system. The requirements include cameras for the pharmacy at the Modelon Clinic and the Women's Health Hallway at Dormitory Building. This procurement is set aside for 100% service disabled veteran owned businesses. The document details the specification of the cameras, the installation requirements, and the condition that needs to be met by contracting business, including compliance with the National Defense Authorization Act. So this one, that was a mouthful. There are a couple of things that we want to see in this contract. So I'm going to move on to step 2 because I want to understand what the key requirements and scope are. And the purpose of this prompt is really to outline both the qualifications required to bid and the expected outcomes or deliverables of the project. Okay, so it says that the solicitation document outlines specific eligibility requirements, key deliverables, and objectives. Let's go through them quickly. So, the eligibility requirements set aside for, of course, we see that service disabled veteran owned businesses, ensuring only businesses that are owned and controlled by the service disabled veterans can compete. Compliance with NDAA. The equipment and services must comply with the National Defense Authorization Act, which restricts the procurement of telecommunication and surveillance equipment from certain manufacturers, ensuring security and compliance with federal regulations. Guys, the reason I even go through reading this is I want to show you that with a few prompts, you can extract all the information from the solicitation documents. You don't necessarily need to sit down for 5 hours to understand if this is something that you can pursue. What are the key deliverables here? Vigilant cameras and licensing. So the supply and installation of a specific, they want a specific one. Let's actually Google this model of this camera and see what it looks like. This is the beauty of research. If you want to be in government contracting, you have to love research. Here we are. So look at those prices, guys. You can see what we're working with here. So this is what you want to essentially do. You want to keep asking questions to find out how you can move forward with this particular contract. Now, the installation services, installation of the camera are at specified locations within the Alaska VA healthcare system facilities, ensuring they are fully operational and integrated into the existing security network. Okay, maintenance and support, provision of maintenance for the installed systems, ensuring they remain operational and meet the specified requirements. Guys, there's no excuse for you to say, oh, well, I didn't really know what the contract was about. Everything is now being outlined in simple language. So the objective is enhanced security, system consistency, compliance, and safety. I'm not going to go into reading the details. Later, you can come in, pause the video, and see. But I'm going to go into the next part of the beginner friendly solicitation breakdown guide. And this is the submission instruction. You want to know the submission instruction. If you're still following so far, if you're not getting tired, if you're not getting brain fog, just throw another one in the chat. Let me know I'm connected with some people over here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so the deadline for proposal submission is August 30th, 2024 by 5 p.m. EDT. Proposal should be directed to Lena Leclerc, the point of contact, and must adhere to specific formatting and delivery requirements. So look at that. Specific formatting and delivery requirements outlined in the solicitation. So proposal formatting, they need a standard 1449. Proposal should be formatted according to the standard form 1449, which encompasses all solicitation, offer, and award process. Complete blocks. Offer must complete various blocks in the form, including but not limited to pricing, administrative, and contractual data. By the way, if you want to see how to fill out the 1449, you can join the school community. I created a video about that. Attachments include any necessary additional sheets or documents that provide further details. Okay, so we know the delivery method and all of that, and we know who the point of contact is. Okay, let's get back into a little bit of. Okay, I see some words in the chat. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Oh, I see. So, JM, this is the help that I was looking for. You are the best. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. What exactly do you mean by this is the help that you were looking for? What exactly did I show you that, caused that light bulb moment? Okay, now what I want to do as well is we've gone through breaking down the solicitation. We understand these specific cameras are what's needed. Now we want to go a little bit deeper. Yes, I'm seeing these ones in the chat. In the chat, CC Morgan. Hello, CC. Welcome. Let's see. Okay, I want to go a little bit deeper now with what I am showing you. Uh, let's begin to think. I want to find some subcontractors. Today, I'm going to talk about something that nobody else is talking about when it comes to finding subcontractors, and that's web forms. Web forms. Okay, so first of all, let me give you the high level. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to use ChatGPT or Perplexity AI or Google Boolean strings. You're going to use one of the three to find your subcontractors. But the question that I get so many times is, do I call them? Do I email them? What do I do by calling them? Well, if you can also try to send them an email, and the email you can create it with ChatGPT. But the question is, what if you wanted them to call you back? Well, the thing that you want to do there is you want to fill out the web forms. And I'm going to do a quick demonstration on how to perhaps create a list of subcontractors that could potentially, remember, all this is potential. You can create a list of 100 contractors, but it's potential, right? It's not like, oh, I created this list, so that means that these people are going to do the work. You're a researcher. You want to find out the price, the quote, because your negotiating power is not that strong when you don't have an award letter. Your negotiating power is not that strong when you don't have an award letter. So your when you don't have an award letter, your conversation sounds like this. Hey, yeah, I'm working on this government contract. I think your company is going to be a good fit. I just wanted to get a quote from you. When you have an award letter, your conversation sounds like this. Hey, I have a government project that's going to start in about 60 days. I have the award letter in hand. Are you able to take on new clients? It's a different conversation. It's a different level of leverage. Don't believe me? Ask somebody who has won a contract and you needed to negotiate with a subcontractor. It becomes way easier. Okay, so anyways, I'm glad I found you in your school now. Beautiful, wonderful, nice to have you there. And how you did break it on how to find the price and also no need to waste time. Yep, no need to waste any more time, just going straight into it. But guys, let me run into my demonstration because I think it's important that you see this. Let's go into ChatGPT first. Now, I want you to remember this. Let me come in here and say this. When you're prompting ChatGPT, what are the three things that you need to focus on? Clarity, context, specificity. I'm just going to say it one more time. Clarity, context, specificity. The reason you do this is because you want ChatGPT to give you a result that is unique to your situation and not different from your situation. Okay, let's get into the demonstration. What we want to do right now is I want to use ChatGPT to create a list of possible subcontractors so I can begin to fill out their web forms. Remember, I spoke about that thing called web forms. This might be the thing that changes your approach to finding subcontractors. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to create a list. This is a simple prompt. Okay, let's start with context. The context is think like a middleman. Think like a middleman looking to find subcontractors. Think like a middleman looking to find subcontractors. Search the web. Okay, tell ChatGPT what to do. Search the web. This is a clear instruction. Search the web and find companies within a 50-mile radius of the site. Guys, this prompt in itself, it's not as general as find some subcontractors in America. This is specific. So Procam Alaska, it's going to give me a couple of companies. When I talk about specific prompts, it must contain three elements. Those three elements are clarity, context, specificity. So let's see what ChatGPT, there's a delay. So I'm going to just refresh this page quickly. And as you can see, the delay is still there. Maybe I reached my limit, but let's regenerate. Okay, so I found a few service disabled veteran owned businesses in the vicinity. So it went as far as actually looking for the veteran owned businesses, right? And in this one, I don't have the link. So I'm just going to ask ChatGPT, provide the links to the companies. Okay, so we have the links now. When we have the links, what are we going to do with the links? We're going to go in and I'm going to change my screen sharing to share my entire window so you can see exactly what's going on. Okay, so when I spoke about web forms, what was I talking about? Now, some of these companies would have them on your website and some will not. So these guys are Thundercat technology. Now, because of this industry, security, I don't think there will be many companies that would have like web forms where you can go in and get a quote. If you're working with certain service-based industries, like let's say porta potties, for example, or lawn care, or even any rental, you can always go in and get a quote. When you come onto a website like this, where there's nothing to get a quote, you want to start looking for contact information, right? So let me see, integrated stagging. I don't think this company is really a good fit. So let's try something else. Securing the digital transformation. Okay, so these companies. Why did you choose these companies? I'm now curious. This is Those were not some of the best companies. Based on the projects, needs, the security system. Okay, so they're known for their work with the federal government. Thundercat Technology specializes in information technology services that include cybersecurity solutions. Okay, and it's really specific on the SDV OBS. Okay, but I still want to show you this. So let's. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me three porta potty companies in Florida. Let's just say Florida, because I just want to show you what forms are, just in case you've never seen them before, so you have an idea. And this is how to get the subcontractor to actually call you back. So you want to get them to call you back. And the best way to do that is with web forms. Okay, so let's go to John to go. I just want to show you an example of these web forms, just in case you haven't seen them before. So here we have contact. You can use your chat. Okay, this is it. This is a web form. So in this web form, if you have your name, your email, your phone number, and you write a brief message about the contract, send it over to them. They're going to call you back. You can create a list of these types of, you can create a list of the type of company that can possibly do the work. And then you keep sending these web forms so you can have many more conversations. I hope that makes sense. Like if you're tracking what I just said, just throw a word in the chat. Let me know, or I can explain it even better. Yeah, that's what I had in mind. Now, I'm mostly done with most of the talking here. I see that one in the chat. Yes, good thing to know. Now, CC, I see you. All right. All right. Guys, just a few things before we close off. Number one, I would like you to join the school community because we're going to be having a 2 day seminar on the 23rd and the 24th of this month. And within that seminar, I'm going to be showing you how to break down solicitations in a methodical way, in a way that doesn't waste your time, and in a way that really keeps you on task on what you're doing. Guys, I'm working on a project. I don't want to say too much because I want it to be permanent before I declare, but it's going to really help small businesses, people who are looking to manage their government contracting. It's a project management system. It's not going to be that's crazy expensive, crazy inaccessible, or something that you're going to be unable to use. Because one of the things you need to be able to do is track your activity. Anything that is tracked can be changed. So I'm building that out for the community, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I'm going to give you more news about it as it develops. So join the community. Let's have some fun. Let's get some good engagement, good networks going. And yeah, it's going to be an honor. I want to get at least 100 people on that Zoom call. That would be phenomenal to me. Just 100 people. So if you can make it live, I would like to see you there. You can also purchase the book. You can purchase the ebook on the school or in the school group as well. CC. I just received my cage code and I'm ready to start looking. Which videos of yours should I start? Go into the breaking down solicitations playlist. That's where you want to start. You want to build breaking down these solicitations and understanding them and then speaking to subcontractors about them. Look, when you have more information about the work, you can speak very confidently about it. The more information you have, the more confident you can be. A huge proponent of this is actually being able to connect with the subcontractor. That's it. Sometimes they pick you based on like, okay, it seems like this person will be good to work with, but don't always believe that. Have the knowledge of the solicitations, have the skills of breaking them down and making decisions like, should I go with this or not? But yeah, start with the playlist. Start with the playlist on breaking down solicitations. So when finding your subcontractor, how can I add my profits in their quote? How can you add your profit in your quote? You can add it as a percentage. It can be anywhere from 20% to 40%. It's actually quite an easy thing to do on ChatGPT to add your profit on top. Um, yeah, it's not really that challenging. I think there's one question I really get a lot that makes me laugh a little bit because people are like, yo, what's the website where I can check on who won this contract previously? And then they want to go find out the price from 3 years ago. Like, do you really think that the price of 3 years ago is going to be the same price today? Why do you want to spend time finding that information? That's just my thought. The way to do market research on price is to talk to different people in the business who are currently servicing companies, who are currently servicing customers and charging that price and are still in business. That's how you find out what the average price is. You talk to 6 to 7 subcontractors and you find out, okay, well, this guy said 16,000, this guy said 20,000, this guy said 18,000. I can make I can make a claim that the average is, let's say, 15,000. That's how you find out what the market price is, and then you add your profit on top. You're not just finding out what it was 2, 3 years ago and then using that as a yardstick to determine what today's price is going to be. It's completely senseless. Anyway, with that being said, oh, we still have some comments. All right, CC, that's where you start. Fantastic. And where are you? Are you going to be posting it in the school? Actually, if you go into school.com, the dates have already been set in the calendar of school.com. Sean, how's it going, man? You were silent today, but good to know you're here, my guy. So yeah, guys, with that being said, this is actually one of our longest live streams, but I'm hoping to keep them this fresh. I really like to engage with the people in the audience. That's my favorite part of this whole thing. So, oh wow, more questions coming in. I'm getting ready to submit an RFI, so request for information. I'm subcontracting the job out. Do you have any advice? Come on. This question is way too broad. Like, how where do I even start answering it? You're subcontracting a job out. Do you have any advice? I mean, I could say do your best, but the question is not really specific enough. And I'm actually trying to run out of this live. Okay. Thank you. Have a great day, guys. Cheers. Bye bye.